Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admins who helped us with this translation. The translation of that message, it reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story? I never thought that I'll end up being here sharing my story with the world. I was just a simple girl from Naipom with dreams as big as the sky. I always believed that love would come and should come first, and when love would come, it will sweep me off my feet, and I will start a beautiful family, build a beautiful home, and live a simple, happy life. But life, as they say, had other plans with me. It all started when I met a man whom I'll call Tsebo, not his real name. He was charming, older, and I knew that he was married. And the day that I knew that he was married, I should have walked away. But he had this way of making me feel really special, like I was the only woman in the world. He promised me the moon and stars, saying that he was going to take care of me and things like that. And honestly, I believed that it was bound to happen, that we could build a life together. I was foolish. I believed him, even when he avoided introducing me to his family, even when he only visited me at odd hours. I was already too deep when I realized that his words were just empty, and there was no more turning back for me, for it was already too late. When I told Tsebo that I was pregnant, I expected him to take full responsibility. I thought that he would be happy, but instead he turned cold. He did not want the child, did not want anything to do with me. He was harsh, cruel even, and within minutes, life had really turned upside down. The life that we had been building together collapsed into ashes. I watched as the whole world was burning. He abandoned me without second thought. I was left all alone, heartbroken, carrying a child that I had no way of ever supporting, and I did not know what to do, where to go, where to turn to. At that time, I was truly desperate, really desperate for anything. I was so desperate that I did the unthinkable. A friend told me that there was work to be found in Gauteng, and I was really excited to go to Gauteng and to work. So when my friend came the next time to the village where I was staying, and then she said that she was going to pay for my transport and keep me at her place until I had managed to get a job, I was more than excited. I then came with her to Gauteng, and I started staying at the same complex where she was staying. Things were so hard. This girl, I quickly realized that she was not working at all. What she had were just a couple of boyfriends that she had. One will do that for her, this one will do that for her, and that was how she was even managing to survive. In the house, there was nothing. When we arrived, like, I was fatigued, I was really hungry, and when I opened the fridge, I saw that there was nothing. There was only water that was in there. And I said, this girl, what kind of a life is she living? But whenever she would return back to the village, we thought that she was one of the few ones who had managed to make it big in life because she had a car. But here I was hoping for a miracle. She then told me that I had to start looking for work, odd jobs and stuff like that, but things were not moving in the right direction. That was when she told me about this other woman. She said this woman can assist you if you want to find a man who can give you a lot of money, or if you want to date multiple partners. She told me that she had done that kind of a ritual where she can be able to manipulate men so much that she can date 10 men at the same time, and all of them will never question her. They will keep on loving her. We went to that place where the woman was at. She is more like a prophet, a sangoma. One can never understand. The woman was quite old, and when she looked at me, she offered me more than love, more money. She said that you need to come back, but when you come back, try to come back alone, for I'm going to assist you. At first, I thought that she meant that she wanted to do the same rituals, but she did not want my friend to be there. So I returned back to that woman and we spoke. When we spoke, that was when I understood that when she said that she wanted to offer me money, it was not normal money. This woman wanted to strip me down, to make me less a woman by removing my womb. She told me that it was a ritual that can give me money, but I will never be able to have kids again in the future. She told me that I will receive so much money at the cost of my own future. Already, me having been broken down by a man, it was something that I told myself that it is just the way that it is. I have to do it. I signed away my chance at motherhood in exchange for survival. What else was I supposed to do? The ritual was something out of a horror movie. It was more like it was a nightmare. I was taken into this other room. It was dark and it was windowless and it smelled like there had been so many women in there. It smelled like blood. I was told to strip down and lie on the cold slab of a stone where I was tied down. The woman then came, the Sangoma. She then started chanting, and she was chanting, and then she was looking at me. She then took this thing, I don't know if it was a knife or just a metallic whatever. Then she pushed that thing into my cookie. So painful it was. She told me that it was going to be painful, but if you want to make a sacrifice and if you want to enjoy after that, you need to feel the pain. I felt so much pain as she was pulling my womb out of my body. How this woman managed to do this whilst I was still alive, I really do not even know, and I don't even understand. Deep down, I felt like I was losing my own soul, thinking that I will never be able to carry a child again. When it was over, she untied me, and then I was handed a bag of money, but the pain was too much. She said that she was going to Uber me, but still I said I won't be able to get out of that car. Then she directed one of the drivers to go and leave me at my place. I could not get outside of the apartment where I was staying with my friend for a couple of days. The pain was just too much. Since she was also a ritualist, she understood the pain that I was going through. She even said that maybe it was far much better if she had done the same ritual, but she said that since she was all alone in Joburg without anyone to take care of her in the days when she will be sick after losing her womb, that was why she opted to be given that charm where she will date a lot of guys at the same time. After that, after trading my survival, my future for survival, and without turning back, now I tell you that I own 3 trucks, all paid for with the money from that ritual. I have a big contract carrying fuel across the province and across the country, and people, when they look at me, they see success, but they do not know the price that I paid. This is my own story, and each and every day when I see that there are other women that have babies, my heart, it is really painful. In our Sotho culture, family is everything. Children are a blessing, a gift from God and our ancestors. But I traded that for the gift of money for survival, and it is really painful whenever I have to think about it. I have wealth, I have trucks, but still, this is my story, my confession, I guess you can say that, my own curse. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who helped us with this translation. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.